Hi guys, I'm Foxycat and I'm here to share some 5 tips for beginner trophy hunters. So for my first tip for trophy hunting is just do whatever you want. Just do whatever you want. That means, playing whatever you want. If you want to play all the jumping taco games, press X all the time, just do you. If you also want to buy the whole PlayStation store and have a enormous backlog and just never play all those games again, just up to you. And if you have certain rules for your trophy list, like keeping an 100% account, this is all about doing what makes you happy and no one should judge you for it. What I like about this community is that it's not toxic, lots of positivity, and everyone's encouraging each other. And that's what I really love about trophy hunting. So go ahead and play the game that you want to play if it makes you happy, and just do whatever you like. No one should judge you for it. For my next tip, look at websites like PSN profiles or True Trophies. It's best to research a game before you start playing it, especially the trophy list. Look up how long it takes to beat, what's the difficulty, and if there are any missable trophies, unattainables. You do not want a unattainable platinum trophy on your trophy list if you want to do like a 100% account. I like looking at the trophy list after I do an initial playthrough. I like doing a blind playthrough first. That means without looking at any guides, barely looking at trophy list. I just want to play the game like normal. Sure, that means I have to do another playthrough, but most of the time I don't mind it. It's still best to do your research before you play a game, though. You don't want to regret it. My next tip is to keep a trophy hunting logbook. This tip might not be for everyone, but it's a fun and creative way to keep track of your progress. Plus, I like having books and putting stickers on my stuff. I have 2 of these, so in your logbook, you can keep track of the platinums you have, what games did you beat this year, and you can keep little guides on complicated games that you need to keep track of. I have a few pages in my books that I'm really proud of, and it was just a whole lot of fun to do. You can dedicate a whole pages on just one game. You can draw some pictures, some stickers, write down some stats, and share what you liked with the game. Plus, it adds a little extra something to trophy hunting because you actually feel like you're hunting something and writing them down and catching them all, I guess. Plus, it reminds you of the progress that you made. You look back at past pages and you see, I did this one time for a trophy. Oh, this is the hardest trophy. I had to write a whole guide for all the collectibles and everything. So it's like a photo album probably. You just remember all the memories you had, all the fun times you had. Yeah. Okay, listen to this tip. Sometimes games are just not worth your time, okay? You just have to acknowledge that maybe this is a waste of time. Maybe this might be too difficult. Maybe it's just boring. You don't have to play it. You can drop it. Maybe you can pick it up another day. And you could have been doing something else, right? Sometimes we forget just how many hours a day that we spend on playing video games. And you don't even realize it gets dark and worse. It's morning and the birds are chirping. So you just spent an entire night playing this game that you probably don't even like. There's probably games out there that are more worth your time, so go and play those instead. And now for my last tip, don't worry about the stats. Don't start comparing how many ultra rare trophies you have to the next guy. If your completion rate stresses you out, oh yeah, I need to get a better completion rate, I know the stats can be overwhelming and there's so many numbers and so many milestones and percentages. Just don't worry about that. You have to remind yourself that you are doing this for fun. It is your hobby and it's a great hobby to have. But if you make it a job or a chore, then it doesn't become fun anymore. The only stat that you need to worry about is how many platinum trophies you have. And of course, don't compare yourself to a person who has 1,000 platinum trophies, and encourage people who only have 10 platinum trophies. We're all in this community together and we need to spread positivity about it. So I hope these tips help you realize that trophy hunting is fun, it's a great hobby to have, and to not stress over it too much. So I hope my tips help you on becoming a better beginner trophy hunter. Thanks you guys for having me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!